friends. You've learned a lot in our time together. We've learned about using our grown-up buddies and our safety stop sign, our I mean business voice, and the difference between safe and unsafe secrets and safe and unsafe touches. Today, we're going to learn about the difference between tattling and reporting. Are you ready? Let's get started. Today, we are going to learn about the difference between tattling and reporting. Can anybody guess what reporting might be? Who can guess what reporting might be?
It means that you tell somebody something. That's what reporting means.
That's right. That is exactly what reporting means. And reporting means you're telling your grown-up buddy something that has to do with safety. Somebody's safety. That's the difference between tattling and reporting. When you tattle, it does not deal with a safety situation. When you are reporting something to your grown-up buddy, it has to do with safety. Very good. So let's do an example. So let's say we're on the playground, right? And we have specific rules that we've learned about on the playground. So let's say you see somebody standing on the swing and they're swinging, and it's very dangerous because they could get hurt.
And they might bump their head.
They might bump their head. This has to do
or crack their head open.
So does this have to do with safety?
Yeah.
It has to do with your friends' safety.
You can only stand on your play set.
Well, yeah, you cannot stand on a swing. You have to sit on a swing. So what are you going to do?
Tell a grown-up buddy.
Because it has to do with what?
Safety.
And what is that? Tattling or reporting?
Reporting.
Because it does with what?
Safety.
Very good. Let's say we're in class. Okay?
But we are in class.
Exactly, you are in class. Let's say we're in a different class and you're trying to do a little paper and you don't want anybody to see what you're doing. But the person sitting next to you is looking over your shoulder and taking all the crayons and touching your paper. And you say, "Oh, teacher, she's bothering me." Is that tattling or reporting?
Tattling.
Tattling, why? Why?
Because they're bothering you.
Because they're bothering me, but what does that not deal with?
Safety.
Very good. It doesn't have to do with safety. No one is going to get hurt. And what do you do in that situation? What do you do in that?
You tell them stop.
Very good. You use your words and you say, "Could you please stop that? It's bothering me. I'm working on my paper," right? So let's say we're working on a beautiful picture of a forest. I'm working on a picture of a forest, so I need a lot of greens and brown crayons, right? So let's say our person next to us is taking all the greens and won't share the greens. And I need the greens to finish my trees, right? What is that if I go, "Teacher, he's not sharing the greens. He's not giving me any browns."
That's tattling.
That's tattling. Why? Because it doesn't deal with what?
Safety.
Say it again.
But you can just say safety.
Very good. Because it doesn't deal with safety. And I can use my what? What can I do?
Words.
I can use my words to deal with that problem, right? Very good. Okay. Now, let me do another one. We are at the park. And you see a woman who's screaming, "I lost my puppy! I lost my puppy!" And your friend goes to try and help find the puppy. Is that tattling or reporting if you tell your grown-up buddy?
Reporting.
Very good, because it deals with what?
Safety.
Your friend's safety, right? We don't want him to get lost or leave the group, right? Because we always have to stay with our grown-up buddies.
That person could be a bad person trying to kidnap someone.
It could be an unsafe situation, right? We want everybody to stay with their grown-up buddies and the group. So reporting, again, deals with what?
Safety.
I need everybody to say that again. Hold on 1 second. When I ask the question, I want everybody together to say the right answer. So reporting deals with what?
Safety.
And tattling does not, right?
Why?
And what do we use to try and deal with a situation that could be tattling?
Use your grown-up body.
You use
your grown-up body.
And then if you use your words and that doesn't work, you go to your what?
Grown-up body.
Very good. Oh, that was great. You guys did awesome. Did you hear my friends talk about the difference between tattling and reporting? Do you remember the difference? Reporting is when you tell a grown-up buddy about something that makes you feel unsafe. Tattling is when you complain about something that doesn't have to do with safety. Let's say the girl who sits next to you in class keeps hogging all the blue crayons, and you needed to finish the sky in your picture. That makes you mad, but does it make you unsafe? No, it's not a safety situation. So you can try to handle that yourself by talking to her and trying to get her to share. If she still won't share, you might want to tell a grown-up buddy and ask for help. But what if the girl at the next desk was throwing scissors at you? That is dangerous. Since that involves a safety situation, you have to tell a grown-up buddy. That's reporting. Okay, here's something very important to remember. Remember your trusted triangle? Those are all the people you can go to in any safety situation. What if you have a safety situation to report and the first person in your trusted triangle doesn't have time to listen? That's right, buddy. You need to go to the next person in your trusted triangle. And what if that person is out of town?
Go to the next person.
Right. You need to go to the next person in your trusted triangle. And what if no one on your trusted triangle will listen to your safety situation? Should you give up? No, you should never give up until you get what?
Help.
That's right, help. Find another grown-up buddy who you trust and ask for help.